My fellow Liberians, despite our diversity, we are a united people, a great and noble people. Through the strength of our unity and the resilience of our determination, we have begun to rebuild a ravaged country and have survived two deadly health crises. Our people have stood together as one united people, ready to face the future. Whether you are a fisherman of Grand Cru and Sino, the hunters of Grand Jide and River G, the farmers of Lofa and Bapolu, the Gola and Vai dancers of Bumi and Cape Mount, the hospitable people of Bassa and River Cess, the warriors of Maryland, the miners and explorers of Nimba, the merchants and traders of Bong, the welcoming people of Magibi, or the melting pot of Montserrado. We are one people, Liberians. We have a great challenge and opportunity ahead of us. In unity, we will rebuild this country as a shining example in Africa, demonstrating the power of a determined and united people. Our economy and our national budget will expand and grow like never before. We will improve the lives of our people and put smiles on the faces of our citizens. I promise you that together we can and will do the job. A new day is on the horizon. The time for babysitting is over. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. The time for babysitting is over. Yet, together, we will build a new Liberia where everyone will deserve a seat. Share this video. How are you today? My name is Munel Kishen, aka the General. I'm sharing it myself, so just share it and also like the video. Like the video. And I promise you, I will be coming up every day by 11 o'clock in the evening prime time. And this show is all about Mr. Cummings. It's all about talking to the people of Liberia and talking to our brothers and sisters. They are our brothers and sisters. We are doing it because of them and because of you. I am here. Thanks for your support. Thanks for everything. I know I tried to come up first and no, it's not. I was just sending, I was sending a message. It's not I was coming up and I saw you guys. Okay. Listen, guys. So far, so good. We are doing good. Alex Cummings. Let me see if opportunity ahead of us. Alex Cummings is doing good. We will rebuild this country. Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure. Mr. Cummings is determined. He has the strength. He's moving around, meeting the people of Liberia, going into different communities. I will say this: he don't have to worry about going to work because he retired. So his money working for him. I know we've been following social media. It is sad that there's a ball, the neck registered in Grand Jide County. Someone kidnapped him, and I heard the people of Grand Jide saying that it's Car Fale. Car Fale is very good at that. You know, they pissed off because they lost the election. And it been 14 days. I think I expect the president to come up and say something. You know, we can't continue this. You can't get a superintendent who every day treating his people like slave. You know, Car Father was a rebel now, so we all know that. And they're looking for this young man. This guy is a nurse, a bright man, and all the people of Nigeria, they are together. And the first thing, this is a problem. There's a group of people that went in the bush checking around. He went and arrested them. He said, why they go in the bush to look for someone? It's risky. And they said that the jet transferred the man someone else again, according to the information I got. Instead of Pazawe talking about it, he worried about something. He said that commies are gay. But he was in Grand Jury the other day, the people arrested him too. So guys, and it's interesting to know. I was just going through this Eugene Nangwe, Isaac Doe, and all the guys. I remember when Eugene Nangwe left CDC. Eugene Nangwe betrayed the CDC, betrayed George Weah. But you see, I believe it. If the president himself don't know what is going on, then that's it. I remember when Eugene Nangwe said that President Weah was unfit to lead, even as peace ambassador. As peace ambassador, that was the trap that Ellen Johnson set for George Weah. Peace ambassador, he could not do, he did nothing. And then senator, never co-sponsor or bill or did anything. But guess what? And Isaac Doe was in, I think, Liberty Party. But today, every one of them went crawling on the belly because they're so damn greedy. Today, what happened? Guess what? They work in the George Weah government. That's a good thing. And guess what? Why they work in George Weah government, George Weah too betrayed his followers, people who supported him, people who put their lives on the line for him. He pushed them under the bus because he had to take Eugene Nangwe. He threw a lot of people away. But I'm saying this to say that, my people, let us not waste our time. President Weah will remain in history. His name would remain in history as our 25th president. Whether we like it or not, the name George Weah will be there. But I think enough is enough. We cannot give President Weah another 6 years. We cannot give President Weah another 6 years. It's no disrespect or no trying to bring him down, but there is nothing more the president can do. There is nothing. There's nobody in there that can make the difference. There's no way you can squeeze water out of rock. It's done. This president will not change anything in Liberia. 4 years, nobody's expecting George Weah to make the difference in 4 years. But nobody should fool you. George Weah will not change the system in Liberia because 4 years he did nothing. So we cannot trust him with another 6 years. So let us start fooling ourselves and talking, oh, the opposition not together. No. We got opposition in Liberia and we see what they're doing. The only opposition in Liberia that challenging President Weah and everybody is Alex Cummings. And what they did, they got Alex Cummings going to court every day, lying and still going over things. The same problem. How can you prosecute a man and you don't even have evidence? Yes. So we all know they are lying, but President Weah trying to put Liberia into a situation that he can handle. And it's so sad. President Weah really cannot tell you what brought the war to Liberia. What was the problem? President Weah never experienced what we experienced. He never experienced the war in Liberia. He saw it on TV. Like some of the people in America who only saw it on TV but never felt it. President Weah went to Liberia to play soccer. He got security guiding him. His house was never looted, and I challenge anybody. George Weah, people had a free passage to Ivory Coast. Everything was okay. While some of us were stay under the bullets, running from place to place, hustling. And today, President Weah is trying to put Liberia back into that same era. President Weah and his corrupt government are trying to do the same thing again. Got an innocent man because you cannot beat him. You see him climbing up, he's showing everything. You confused. We got our brothers and sisters being killed every day and no justice. We got people land taken away by government officials and no justice. People paying up to $8,000 just to send their children to public schools. How can you tell me that President Weah deserves a second term? Why? Why? You think we will continue to sell our belly for small rice and $5? The older people, please do not damage your children's future. You have already put them into a place where it's not easy to move right now. It's not. And I want to call on everyone, do not be moved by news from Liberia. It's the same propaganda. The advantage they have right now, I will tell you, they got some in America and they got some in Liberia. You get like Oprah Weeks, who's supposed to be giving news. Yes, he got a nice program, Panorama, but at the same time, he going around trying to promote his government, using government resources. If Kwame West come up with a pool and tell me that in this era, President Weah got 50, Joe got 3 and 5, and Mr. Cummings got 1, do you expect me to believe it? That's a lie. But you will want to believe it because you're afraid. So, oh, they think we're doing here and President. Because that's what they want you to think. I told you guys, I have been saying that, look, you got to be smart for yourself. We all see the wrong thing that President Weah government is doing. Cannot protect the people. Then you allow them to blame you for problems. Opposition not making appointment. Opposition do not collect taxes. Opposition do not speak for the government. Then you want to blame opposition for the problem in Liberia? It's a shame. But it's not the common people that are doing it. It's not the poor people. It's not the struggling people. It's the same sedition. And what makes it worse today, you got the Unity Party in collaboration with the CDC government trying to prosecute one man. They are afraid of this guy until they're so confused. Confused. I listened to Spoon today. I listened to Victoria. Victoria want to run in Montserrat County. Smart woman. Understand what she's saying. Member of the executive committee. Into the highest up. We had Victoria on the Voice Matter. I was on it. She explained the same thing that she explained today. But it was not surprising to me. If anybody can prove me right or want to correct me, I have said it on my show so many times. I'm not bragging about it, but I think I'm one of those who try to explain about this framework agreement, how it was and the lies they're putting up. So today she was on Spoon. They tried to turn her around, but she was smart enough. The CEO, the host for Spoon Talk said, why Mr. Cummings recall the document without informing his friends? And I posted, ANC did not, Mr. Cummings never. But, it's so sad. They were surprised today to listen to some of the revelation, some of the information that she gave. And Timothy George was surprised. He said, wow, this woman needs to be out there and blah, 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 blah. And I said, if you are paying attention to other networks, maybe you know who's speaking. She left Liberia. She been going around talking to people. But this is how they confuse you in America. The advantage they have, whenever they come on Spoon, they broadcast on 3 radio stations. And also they broadcast to you because you're watching it on Facebook. So they gave you whatsoever. For us, few people might watch it in Liberia on Facebook, those who can afford it. But one thing is that the people that in America will listen to it too. And I promise you that if you're living in America and you think that you will attack Mr. Cummings and damage my candidate name with lies in Liberia, then I must have war against you too in America, because what goes around comes around. What good for Paul, good for John. So you see, the people in Liberia will not hear me, but you will hear me. The people in Liberia hearing you and we hearing you, so I will reply to you. Maybe you ain't understanding yet. But she did good. But these are the stories that they know. Spoon, Host, and Kev Hassan, they are 100% aware that the document was not tampered with. They know that very well, that the document was never tampered with. But they are still in the business, working together and making Mr. Cummings look bad, because they are all sedition and UP. Look, I was saying, whether they can bring an ANC person on the show, they will bring them because they want to try to say they can balance it. And they think they can bring them on to downplay them, to push them, because that's what they were trying to do today. They were trying to take the entire booing thing and say she was the instigator. But when UP booed Mr. Cummings, it was okay. And I hope that we will boo him every day when he appears, trying to make it look as if ANC is the worst party. Because you know what? They are afraid. I told you guys before, from the day Cummings wrote that letter condemning the Senate and the legislatures, when Darius Dillon responded, that is where he said, the mayor too clean. That had Darius Dillon decided, no, I can't work for the guy. I prefer working for the corrupt man. Because Darius Dillon knows the responsibility. Listen to me, Darius Dillon knows the responsibility of the senator. He knows very well. You know, they get some of these smart government officials, but they are damn corrupt. But Darius Dillon is corrupt. He disappointed a lot of people. And guess what? If we stay alive and enter 2029, it will not see that Darius Dillon will not go for re-election. If he try it, he will not even win. He will not win. He's corrupt. He was okay. Everybody was doing this. They pushed people aside. He humbled himself. People wanted that position. They say, oh no, let Darius Dillon. No problem. Yeke Koluba wanted who said, no, Yeke, don't do it. Let Darius Dillon stay there. Humble himself. And people was telling us, say, you guys, you're no Darius Dillon. You're no Darius Dillon. No. Darius Dillon, because of position, because of power, turned around and stabbed Mr. Cummings in the back. Brutus. Brutus, 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 Brutus. Stabbed Mr. Cummings with a knife. Poop. That's why Martin Kula and others left him. They were all in the core group, pretending, only praying to God to get a position. Because the last time he ran, in the entire country, he had less than 100 votes. But because of CPP, and at the right time, and with all the protest vote, he was able to win. And he thinks that he did it on his own. Everything he told the people of Liberia was lies. If your politicians stand by your promise. So Darius Dillon is a crook. So even coming up attacking Mr. Cummings will not argue with Darius Dillon. Darius Dillon will be Darius Dillon. Today he's senator, tomorrow he might not be. And we got a wonderful spoon talk that trying to be like Redo Kigadi. Why the people in Liberia, the other journalists in Liberia know the real story. They are aware that Mr. Cummings never did anything. They believe it, that he never did nothing. Even people from the CDC and whatsoever. But only spoon talk, get the talking point from Liberia or get the talking point from Jato, the butt naked boy, the boy who were on TV, the other on Facebook the other day with his private parts all over the place. He slept to the gay place and he passed out because he was drunk. Getting all false information and giving her. How will you ask or later today why Mr. Cummings withdraw the document without informing his colleague? My people, indirectly, don't you think it's an insult? How can Mr. Cummings withdraw a document from NEC that he, Cummings, never took there? NEC do not communicate with stand-up bearer or until who gonna sign your paper? The Secretary General. This is not joke. This is real business. This is real business. But I want to congratulate Victoria. She taught them some lesson. They felt that, no, maybe we can push her around. But it was shameful today. Okay, we'll bring you back the next time. When the lady was getting to the real part, they say, oh no, it's too long. Let us just cut it short. And thanks, Mr. Body and Reverend Body, for asking that question. It's all lies. This man did nothing. Everything was perfect, and they all know about it. Because of politics, Mr. Cummings, that's the crime he committed in Liberia. Because Mr. Cummings decided to run for president, that's the crime he committed in Liberia. You heard what she said. And she was inside and she challenged Dillon to come out. She aware when Dillon asked even Mo Ali, how many times people should come on Spoon to explain? They get wax in the ear. Because every time ANC people go on that show to explain, Dr. France said they don't have the chance because he cut them off. He cut the other people off. We all know that. How many times people should go? Because by the time you're from ANC, they challenge you. Oh no, this is the real document. Oh no, Emmanuel Olosho stole. Why will you disrespect people like that? Why will you sit on your show? If they come up, who are you supporting? Do not disrespect people and give false information. This document, from the day it reached in the hands of these people to go and deliver it, this document was in PDF. But for you to even say Mr. Cummings is the one who delivered the document, that alone supposed to tell the Liberian people that they were lying. Bernard Ure was a liar because he's a killer, he's a crook. That's why George we are calling him killer. The man's a liar. And his daughter just like him. Oh, I gave Mr. Cummings 5 copies. My people, nobody notarized 5 copies. The same document, they would never notarize it 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. They will not give you copy. You can notarize and make photocopy and keep your copy. Nobody notarized documents and you keep a valid notarized copy and you give the same copy to the people? And two, how do you know document is original? If I print a document from a computer and this document is in black and white, is that not color? It's in black and white. That color, black that color, white that color. The logo they're talking about. Oh, the front of it, the logo that there, the logo in black and white. You're dumb. That logo, what the hell they gotta do? It's not even in black, it's not even looking like a photocopy. It's just a dull color. Like when the ink finishing. Even if they print that front page in black, is that a fraud? Eh? Let me put it Liberian way before they say I'm cussing. You people, bele, you're saka. You're real Larry for true. You print a document from a computer. Before they got to me, it's in PDF. All I dare to do is to print it. I take it there. The only thing that make a document valid if it have a wet stamp or real signature. You got Mo Ali going around because they wanted the signature to be in alphabetical order. Nobody forged anybody's signature. Who would want to forge a damn criminal like your signature? Eh? Turn around, castigating, instigating, undermining this wonderful man. You were the same one sitting over there how Mr. Cummings did a good job. They all know. It scared them. They may gain momentum. Eh? You talking to court. You will testify, Yuri. You will testify. Mr. Cummings would not leave it. You will testify. You will appear and go lie on an oath. You will tell the people too, you're not Christian. Jeha Mo Ali said he's not Christian. That is why Mr. Bwaka don't want to go to court because Mr. Bwaka is scared to touch the power. He would tell us the city say he's not Christian too. He will say they're not Christian. That is so dishonest. Dishonest people. Because UP is damn corrupt. CDC is damn corrupt. They can work together. Oh, when you mess up, give it back to me. If I mess up, I give it back to you. Your thing like brother farm. Your thing like brother your farm rule. Change will come in our country. I'm happy that it's coming. If there are any other weak-minded politician, long time they out. Long time. Liberian people, please. Don't let them fool you. Their government would never belong to God. But this government would never change the system in Liberia. Because nobody going to trust this government. Nobody. And for another record again, you know, people that don't know about Yasini been in this business before some of us came to America. Yasini been out in the advocacy business before even of that young man who get his butt naked all on picture on Facebook, who went and slept in the woman's room and laying down butt naked. Who don't give a damn. He also got picture playing with one little girl. I think that girl was 14 or 15 years old. She never went there to represent ANC. The people that were over there are not ANC supporters. I know if I were going to go there now, we're going to be worse. Because also I got an invitation from the other group to go there too. Individual don't put no censure on nobody. America not a stupid country that will just listen to one man. Oh, Mr. Cummings pay them because you got a dumb like Kev Hassan who don't even know his left from his right. Who, when they tell him, say his last name is Waterspoon. His last name is Waterspoon. He's a Witherspoon's son, although he older than him. But if that boy was a woman today, he would love to Witherspoon. If he was a woman, by long time he finished sleeping with Stanton long time. Because nothing came. So two of them just gave him false. Oh yes, Yasini pay. Oh Yasini, they pay Yasini. Mr. Cummings is the one who doing it. Mr. Cummings, y'all be careful before y'all get heart attack. Y'all be careful. But you know, there's this parable. When you haul rope haul bush. If you checking behind me, remember the one that you bending down to, that my own medicine. What good for Paul, good for John. Y'all keep lying on Mr. Cummings. Y'all don't know how many people pray for Mr. Cummings every day. They got real philanthropists. They got fake ones. They got people who trying to do good in Liberia because they want favor. They got people who spending money. They spend more money behind government officials and spend less behind you. And you say they love you. Any Liberian man that you see taking 50,000, 25,000, this and that thousand, giving it to one man in government, they know the reason. That's something they're looking for. When they talk to one big guy, everybody know. Because everybody want to chill with the big boys. Mr. Cummings would love to chill with the small boys. Mr. Cummings down to earth. Every one of them who say they get money, Liberian people, Mr. Cummings work for his money. All of them are babies to Cummings. They stay working. Mr. Cummings not working. Every one of them stay working. Unless they abandon their family in America to go to Liberia to live. Mr. Cummings' children grown. Mr. Cummings' wife can follow him anywhere. Mr. Cummings can live in Liberia for the longest. But some of them would not go to Liberia and live. Because they got to work. And some of them are afraid that if Cummings president, there will be no backdoor deals. There will be no backdoor deals. You see that? There will be no backdoor. So that is why they're afraid. They can't believe it. They know very well. Mr. Cummings right now is the most powerful man in Liberia. They told you everything that Cummings. So Mr. Cummings powerful. Mr. Cummings hire lawyer the vest. But we got people who dying. The government cannot find the killer. Yeah, the boy there in Grand G, they kidnapping. Gone 14 or 19 days today. They're still looking for him. The people are ready. They will not let it go. So if they kill him, they should know that they're in their own trouble. Because they and the crime people will get in. Crime men, they're not no Loma Mel. They're not the people from Niba County. They're not people from Lofa County that be making more on crime men together. So President Weah, I hope you better come out and speak. Talking about the man caused the election. That he the one who gave your election. Since the by-election, they ban on this ball. It's the same thing now happening. People in Liberia disappear. When you go talk, you disappear. No protection. Everybody for themselves, God for us. That's the Bile. That's the real one now. Because President Weah told us, Bile, drama Bile, if you die, that you're worried. So plenty of Liberians have tried to get on the bus. And because the driver speeding, everybody dropping off the bus. And who's the bus driver? President Weah. He only got few people. And President Weah was talking to sedition. So right now, President Weah get only a few sedition to deal with. Few. Then you're talking about, you're in America there, you're in no, you're supposed to come. You think Liberian only there to go to Liberia and the other people just steal the government money? No program for Zogo, no program for nobody. The infrastructure, the roads you're going through, because of politics, all the road cracking, we still putting solar panel light on, eh? Because of politics. The government take money and put in the budget. The president take the money and say that presidential project, that my own money. Use government money, they bail or pack, that the president own money, that had the president giving back. We're running a club. Then you say that the president should be giving another 6 years. Liberians, please. 6 years is enough for President Weah. 6 years is enough for President Weah. He wanted by the people will remove him. And if President Weah tried to steal the election, well, it will be on him. It will be on him. I can promise you that for sure. It will be on him. So I know President Weah will do the right thing. He knows exactly what he's supposed to do. Do not tamper with the people result. Do not. I don't understand. So Liberians, the older people, please don't allow it. Please pretend like you're fasting. You got nothing to lose. The men are down, fear no fall. I think we prefer to try another person. We can't go backward. And let me get you the fun here. Y'all know UP and CPP in court. UP and CPP in court. Because UP trying to run away, Mr. Bwaka abandoned UP in the middle of the ocean. Mr. Cummings was able to sail the ship back to shore, because where Mr. Cummings left it when Captain Yombly took over, she was just circling one part of the water. When they gave it to Mr. Bwaka, he abandoned the ship. So Mr. Cummings brought it back to shore, put it back on dry dock, and, to clean it nicely and to move. Then after they drop it, they want to leave. We said, no, you can leave, but you can't use my visa. You can go on your own, but you will not use the license that I gave you. While they in court, they call one guy McIntosh, Gateway McIntosh. Gateway McIntosh was member of the party before. McIntosh decided to come back to challenge Omer Bwaka for the standard bearership. The Omer Bwaka people they said, no, you can't stop it, man. So now, Omer Bwaka himself and his supporters are saying that Omer Bwaka should form a new party. If you don't form a new party, or the Supreme Court should rule against Unity Party. So once they rule against Unity Party, Mr. Bwaka will form a new party, and Unity Party will not contest. Then McIntosh Gateway got to be on his own. But if the judge allows UP to field a candidate, that means Mr. Bwaka is in hot water, because Gateway going to challenge him. You see that? So that's the funny part. How they wouldn't manage. They even want a case again. They say, hey, Judge, they say, y'all can keep the case. Y'all throw the case outside. Y'all can throw it from Temple of Justice down, no problem. They praying to God now for the judge, for the Supreme Court to rule against them. Or else, they get McIntosh waiting to the door. Pok, pok, pok. Who is that? That means McIntosh. Pok, pok, pok. Who is that? That means Gateway McIntosh. What happened? I'm here to challenge the Omer Bwaka. Pok, pok, pok. Who is that? That means Omer McIntosh. I come to challenge JB for the chairmanship. So JB now, JB ain't let no hala hala. The Omer afraid of challenge. that because of the challenge business, the woman abandoned CPP. The woman wanted free ride, and there's no free ride on Wall Street. George, you are the only man who was blessed that Liberian people gave him a free ride. They gave him a blank check. They said, put any amount you want on it. And the boy put $1 billion on it. And he's still collecting. You see? So, my people, please, do not give up. Liberia can change. We can do better. We can do better. Liberia will change for you and I. You will go home. You will enjoy your country. You want to retire home. I want to retire home. Liberia need good leadership. We need a leader with vision. The Bible says if the leader don't have vision, the nation perish. Lack of information will kill us every day. No vision. When you lie, you afraid to fail, you will fail. What kind of government going 6 years and things are hard? We know that around the world things are hard, we agree. But let the money be there and let things be hard. Suffering the Liberian people, spending 90% of the time just to hustle for food. God, just help us here. Help us. Help us, oh God, help us. We don't know what to do. Today I was watching Freedom FM. They were relaying Charles Taylor old interview. And I was looking at the comments. God, the brain that you gave us, the brain that you gave majority of our Liberians, is this a real brain or that just something that programmed naturally? People on that post, oh, President Taylor, we love you. Oh, if we wish President Taylor can come back. Oh, he's our stronger president. President Taylor, as a rebel, he killed Liberians. They brought war to Liberia. Ellen Johnson, they were all part of it. LPC, George Bulley, Ulimo J, Ulimo K, and Charles Taylor. Ulimo K and Ulimo J, Charles Taylor, all the guys, they killed people and they ran for office. Joe Boakai, corrupt. Edwin Snow, corrupt. Prince Johnson, all the people they killed and they corrupt. But yet, the people voted for them. George, we are only play football. Based on popularity, we voted for him. Then why will you allow Liberians, the other guy, the same people who voted for killers and corrupt people, telling you that Mr. Cummings is not the best man? Telling you that Mr. Cummings tampered with a document, so he's not. I saw another post today. The guy said, oh, if we make Mr. Cummings president, he will change our Liberian constitution and with all us knowing. To show she's not a patriot. To tell you that she don't know about the constitution and she have never read it before. But she's a Liberian. But we can't vote for Cummings. Cummings tampered with the document. People, you lie on. Okay, let's agree. Let's agree that Cummings touched the document. So all the killers and all the corrupt people, because Mr. Cummings, okay, let play the devil advocate. I'm going to act like them. Yes, Mr. Cummings touched it. Mr. Cummings touched the document because he wanted them to stick together. Nobody leave. So Mr. Cummings put the clause in there that nobody should leave. That means Mr. Cummings is actually smarter than them. He's a real leader. Mr. Cummings brave more than them. Mr. Cummings brave. With all the way they were looking at lion. You know, you watch this show Madagascar. Every time Alex look at the zebra and the French, certain time the zebra can turn to a stick. So Ure, Bwaka, and Yombly were looking at Mr. Cummings like a stick, getting ready to eat him up. These people are corrupt, my people. While Mr. Cummings was serious, working honestly, these guys were planning dirty work that we will prosecute him, we will damage this guy. When we finish with Cummings, Cummings will understand how Liberian. Oh, like Mr. Cummings don't understand Liberian politics. That's a big deal. Mr. Cummings do not understand. We know Liberian politics is corruption. To understand Liberian politics, you must be corrupt. Like Darius Dillon, like George Weah, like Edwin Snowden, you should be corrupt. Like Jato Botneke, who took, in fact, who took June 7 and July 6, robbed the Liberian people, put the people children in the street. Yeah. Put the people children in the street. A lot of people say that I've never heard this tip. I will play this tip again just for you guys. Let me see this one. Listen to this tip. Listen to it. There are three of them there. The three criminals.
I'm consulting with some of my key people, and the way I think we can do it that would be guaranteed and something that will give you confidence from your side is that we engage the body. That way, whatever decision is made, it will not be me alone. Yeah. So we engage the body, and that means, and the way to do it is the government invites us to a discussion. June 7th. There's nothing wrong with the government reaching out to a citizen. In fact, it makes the government look. I have built the consensus for us to go to the table. So let the government officially invite us to the table, go to the table. So I mean, anything that's agreed upon there.
So you hear that? Don't worry. I already finished doing everything. You can engage us. You can engage the people. There's nothing wrong. The people say, oh yes, the government got the right to engage the people. These are some of the corrupt things we're talking about. And you know who did that recording? It's the Prime Minister of Liberia. Listen to it. You will hear the last one. He said, do not get Fagon involved. Don't tell Fagon. And you will hear Maggie say, June 7, they put the people children in the street and they abandoned them. And then January again. So listen, he said, just what we did June 7 is the same way we'll do this one. Listen to it keenly. Listen to it.
As the Henry Costa Elton thing. But the guys are definitely open to the discussion. That's what I've done. So tell your people if they genuinely want to engage. Yeah, but I'm saying, but you are concerned about guarantees. Where the guarantee is to engage the body, and I have already begun to build a consensus with the body, and then it makes the government look good. It reaches out to its citizens as it did on June 7. So COP, they're not party, no party involved. In fact, no party will be at the discussion table. So let the government engage with its citizens, not political party. Communication will it will make, like I said, it will make the government look good. that the government reach out to its citizens. Nobody can condemn that kind of effort. So let them do the outreach, and then we will bring our people to the table, and then we'll talk. So whatever happens there, it becomes binding on all, and not just on me. Then when I look like, oh, Henry Costa is the one that went and did this, no. But the government reach out to its people, and we talked. It's not party, it's CO, which is Liberia.
Okay. No political party. That's COP. COP are already finished negotiating. He telling Maggie, I negotiate already and I talk to everybody. Just make it look like you talking to us. And in fact, it will get a government morale. That COP are already just what we did June 7th. God, you hear it. This boy, the risks that the Liberian people took because of him. The Liberian people put their lives on the line because of this boy. Not knowing this boy advocacy was just fake. Everything he was doing was to blackmail people and get rich. So now I believe the repeater that they bought for him, his for his radio station, that lie. The lawsuit, that lie. Amen. So that means everything they bought back, they put a lie. So everything is about him. But these are the people who causing a problem for Liberia. Then you're telling us that we shouldn't say nothing. The war have started, man. The political war have started. We have declared most of them persona non grata. Trust me. We will go to the peace talk after the election. But everything is on the table. Everything is on the table. We can't wait for the campaign to start, but he have started already. We will not sit back and show the other cheek. No way. We're not going to say, promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. Walk away from trouble if you can. Don't think I hope you're old enough to understand. Son, you don't have to fight to be a man. No. Then I say, I promise you that not to do the things you done. I'll walk away from trouble when I can. If I can, what? But this time around, I would not show the other cheek. Because sometimes you must fight to be a man. Enough is enough. The babysitting is over. The glove is on. No more coat suit. T-shirt. No more Mr. Nice Guy. We can't sit there and allow these people to damage our country. You want to go home? I want to go home. I want a better country. I want a country with security. I want a country that my grandkids will go to school there. My nieces, my nephew, they will go to school. I want a country that when you try to steal, you're afraid. Eh? That is so terrible. Eh? My first time see opposition in collaboration with ruling party trying to destroy another opposition because they are afraid. If it's not me, it can be you. It's the same problem into Trenton today. The old people in Trenton, they're running because they get this young boy who have been doing good, but because he said he's running for president, they all against him. You get Zoga Wilson from Liberia sending money to register people. Oh, that boy too frisky. The same nonsense in Liberia today. Why you got the same people in Trenton going around telling people that Hector cussing the old people. Lies. Lies, lies upon lies. And if you listen to me and you're in Trenton, you better go and vote tomorrow. You have the opportunity to change things around. Vote for the young people. Vote up and down. Vote Hector, the team Hector. Don't let them fool you. It's the same nonsense in Liberia today. That if it's not Joe Boaka, it shouldn't be nobody. Bunch of corrupt people. It's the same corruption in Trenton. 15 years they've been in court. You know, all these things just a flashback. So you're telling me that Liberians are the same all around the world? They don't want change? They prefer the corrupt people all the time? Eh? Then what they do? The old people will come and take one young guy and put them against each other and make a lawyer say, Israel man, he not correct. Lying. Liberians, we need to change. We need to change. You can be under my post, under my life, and cost me up. That's your business. But I don't care how many persons is in this fight. But I know my conscience is clear. I'm in it. If you're not in it, I'm in it. They say if you want to climb a mountain or hill, you must take the first step. And wherever you stop, that's another man's starting point. We cannot sit and allow Liberia to go to the drain, my people. We can do better. The kind of resources that we got in Liberia, we can do better, my people. We can do better. Our country is rich. The white man said, you can't believe us. The white man, Bill Clinton went to Liberia and his daughter. He said there should be no poor man in Liberia. Because they know. The problem in Liberia today is leadership problem. It's not you Liberian people, but that's how they train you. That's how they train you. If you are born in a community where you see everybody walking backward, you will walk backwards. If you're in a community where you see everybody smoking weed, you will smoke weed. If you get up, if you're in a house where everybody there just walking butt naked, you will do the same thing. That's what you saw. But we're trying to tell you, say, no, you can. Ask yourself, oh man, ma joie, ma tene, ma masno, ma kema. Ask yourself, your son, your grandson, your daughter had a first child in 2005. That child's supposed to be out of high school today. What class the child in? The child in 9th grade? The child in 10th grade? There you understand there's a problem. Ask yourself today, when your child graduated or when you left university and you can't find a job, ask yourself. I had my little business 4 years ago. The business gone down. I can't feed myself anymore. Nobody can talk to me again. That my children feeding me now. My late daughter now turned to be prostitute. That one government official loving to my child until I can't even tell the man, say, move from behind my child because you know what? I'm hungry. So I don't blame sometimes the girls in our country. We got more to do. You can make the difference, oh. Don't blame yourself. Don't say, because you don't like my face, so you vote wrong again. That's your business, oh. Don't say, oh, that people are here, because some of them, let me tell you, me, I know them. Me, I don't put them, you know them. Me, I know them already. Everybody you see on Facebook, when they're talking, the same way they say the people can hear us in Liberia, that the same way the people can hear them, we can hear them, but they can hear us too. No, maybe let me put it this way. They say, we in America here. The people in Liberia can hear us. But if the people in Liberia can hear us, then how can somebody can come in from where Maryland and say, I saw your show? Somebody will come in from where Grand Crew and say, I'm watching the show, but they can't hear us. The people can hear us. But they who in Liberia who got the telephone can hear us. So when they're talking to us too, the people can hear them because the people get telephone to hear them too. So they hearing us, we hearing them. We send it to them too. So that's 50-50. They say nobody can yell that loud. They can. People get the message. People listen to us. They got so many groups. So many groups. Those that have, even in Liberia, I spoke to someone today. I said, you know that they demonstrated in Grand Judea. He said, for what? Protests in Monrovia. Some people don't know that protests in Monrovia. There are people in Monrovia who don't know that the airport was dark. Now we don't want to know. In fact, my mom called me after 2 weeks to tell me about Princess' death. You see that? So we get the news. And this is what they do. They get the news from there. They change it around and send it to you in America to confuse you that Mr. Weah is in charge. Don't listen to them. That big mouth. How Mr. Weah will be in charge and then the fighting comes. How Mr. JB will be in charge and they all running behind Mr. Cummings, causing Mr. Cummings. How come? How come? Why Mr. Cummings is the only target? Mr. Cummings temper. Mr. Cummings do this. Mr. Cummings do that. Mr. Cummings do the one. Jato said Mr. Cummings paid $168,000 for lobbyists. Kev Hassan, who been trying to take a nursing LPN test for seven different times now. My friend who been taking driver lessons today, he didn't get driver lesson. Causing Mr. Cummings and all. You got a host disrespecting Mr. Cummings and calling Mr. Cummings a fraud. The host of Spoon. He said Mr. Cummings is a fraud. He sent a fraudulent document. Mr. Cummings, who worked with Coca-Cola company, ought to know better. Cannot even protect or don't know how a document is supposed to be presented. Insulting Mr. Cummings, the host of Spoon. Disrespect. Even if you don't like Mr. Cummings, you live in America. Do you know what it means? Do you know what that man went through to build his integrity for 40 years? God gave everybody the blessing. God gave everybody the time when they will get rich. There are people, I know people in America. In fact, may his soul rest in peace. Eric Hinen. Hinen came to America. He got his green card because he came as a resident. In 3 months, less than 3 months, he won lottery. He won lottery less than 3 months. But it went out for him. He blew it off. Good money too. That's why you bro Joaquin said, brother, that the thing I went through here. I blew it off. He play, he win again. They get some people who have had accident over 6 different times and 6 insurance. Some of them doing good. Some of them gone. They got some people who their man died or their pa died and they get insurance money. They got some people who their husband died or the wife died and they got insurance money. They got some people who work hard and they get the money. The people who work hard, they don't waste their money like that. The people who work hard and get sincere money without croaking one person. Without croaking one person. Do you know how many times or hours Mr. Cummings used to sit for his brain to bust and make people make, for his company to make money? Why you think they used to pay him $7 million and bonus? The other $5 million this year, next year he got $10 million bonus. He was not just playing. So you expect him to just waste his money on people? No. You know, most of the people who do crocodile things, so they waste the money. They don't give a damn because they will get it tomorrow. But we disrespect other people because of politics. Mr. Cummings, Nina on no traveling ban. Mr. Ure name is on a treasury list that they can't do business with him. We're not the one that put it there. We are not the one that put it there. They get some people here, America watching them every day. Maybe American watching me too. Because my name is Munel Kishen. Because it happened to me one time after 9/11. I was going to Minnesota. I was the last to get on a plane. For some reason, we were three. I saw that they wrote my name with lead pencil, Munel Kishen, the Arab name. Then I saw Hassan, that one black boy. Then I saw one other lady. Her name was some Yusuf or something, white woman, older woman. By the time they called us when we got there, the man said we're confused. My own, I just showed. I said, yes, okay, go on the plane. The other boy, he played to cost, the black boy. Because my name is Hassan. He's a Muslim boy, black boy, American. So, we got to be careful. For me, I'm not making fuss with nobody. But I'm speaking the truth. But it would be unfair for you to throw a jab and I don't throw a jab. If you can't stand the heat, leave the kitchen. If you can't stand the heat, leave the kitchen. Everything that is public, we will let other people know. We will not go personal, but anything that ever get on social media, we'll talk about it. Some of y'all got thin skin. You don't talk to people. When they talk to you, you can cry. Oh, you're talking to me. Instead of you sitting down, instead of you pushing, you're preaching Mr. Cummings, and you're attacking John Brown. Oh, John Brown think that because he can talk in Liberia and attack us, we shouldn't attack him. No. John Brown will hear me. John Brown will hear me. That's all I can say. With my small leg cry again, slow but show. My leg 83. One of that 83, maybe that 4% that ain't let my business. They will hear me. We'll make the difference, my people. When I give up, we'll make the difference. Liberia will change for the better. You and I will go to Liberia, we'll sit on Broad Street and say yes, and take a fresh air and say yes, finally. This is what they call country. A country with laws. We're not looking for a ruler, we're looking for a leader. We're not just looking for people to go there and steal. No. We're not looking for criminals. Some of them keeping money. And let me say this. One of the excuses they give, the Ellen Johnson government, 30 million got missing. The other guy took the money from the bank. The whole car burned down according to him. Nobody salute them, all of them out of the country. They never put no ban, no sanction on them. Yes. Let me say this to you. You got the same opportunity. You got this guy who crossed Mexico border 5 different times with drugs and was never caught. 5 times he went through that checkpoint. Nobody caught him. You went there for the first time. Boop, they collect you. Then you vex. You say, oh, how about that other man who pass here? And that man always passing here with drugs. How can you cash him? No. Now you the one that cash. The American people didn't see Ellen stealing. When Ellen was stealing, you guys were not talking. You were the opposition. You were still working in government because everybody in the CDC government were working in the Ellen Johnson government. When Ellen Johnson gave the power to you guys, you went and rehired Ellen Johnson folks. Instead of auditing her, you want to blame opposition again. That Mr. Cummings, the one that told you guys, say you shouldn't audit Ellen. That Mr. Cummings told George Weah, do not audit Ellen. Ellen said, I left money there. He said, you don't leave money there. How you believe? Who will believe? I believe Ellen. Ellen said, I left money. And you're the one in charge. And Ellen walked free. So everything is on you. Can you audit Ellen? Yes. But why now? That the question will ask you. That witch hunt? My people, just stop it, man. Look, Liberians would need to put the real leaders in charge. This is not about Mr. Cummings. This is not about what. But I will tell you, there is nothing we can get from to bring UP back or whatsoever. You can tell, they say Mr. Cummings desperate. Listen, how Mr. Cummings will be desperate. We went in the room here. 4 of us in this room. We 4 in this room. The tongue living among the teeth. Just imagine the tongue in a mouth. You got a tongue, oh. Do you know the kind of fear? Wait. We in a room. Every one of us. We're free to move around. Imagine a tongue. The tongue is surrounded by what? The teeth. And we put in bone there. It's like you in a machine, in a factory, where you see the sharp object just near you. But yet and still, the tongue still living in the mouth. The tongue refuse. Someday the tongue can be sleeping until the teeth can, ow! You bite your tongue. But yet and still, the tongue still living there. The tongue can still negotiate. Say, my man, forget it now. Sorry. Why you can't stay in the room here and fix it? Why you can't fix the issue? Everything comes from the room. They send it outside because they ain't like the other man. You feel forgetting that the document you put together, this document was on consensus. That even a 3 of you see how God blinded them, God pushed them to thank God, yeah. They never make it. Maybe Mr. Cummings are going to agree to say, okay, simple majority. If they're going to say simple majority, then by this time, over. Yombly agree, Ure agree, Boaka agree, it finish. Mr. Cummings did this. Then guess what happened? Mr. Cummings are going to leave because no exit clause. No exit clause. So then Mr. Cummings say, okay, bye, I see you guys. Since you can do your thing, I will do my thing too. Wait. They wanted nothing there. We were just going to collaborate. Now, these 3, they hold together. They 3 say that means you're outcast. No, my man, we don't want you to be president. If you can't go on this side, then stay. Okay. Now, no exit clause. No exit clause, nothing. You can leave anytime. Then 3 of them come together. Then Mr. Cummings say, okay, then let me just get my UP, my ANC to go contest on my own and look for different people. So then when you look at it, why they join the group? Do you think Mr. Cummings are going to join such a group if there's nothing in there? The document was so dead. Take upon yourself and read the first version of the CPP document. You will ask yourself, but what the hell is this? What is this? The new one is the best document ever that any Liberian. If I decide today if I had a political party and I want to merge or to collaborate with anybody, I will copycat, I will photocopy, I will replicate the document and use it and just take a CPP and put all my own there. One of the best document ever. The document handle them all kinds of way. Even if you want to leave, you can contest. It's like the Nigerian man swear. The Nigerian man say, look at you. You don't go feed be fisherman. If you fisherman, you don't go catch better fish. If you catch better fish, you not go sell a better money. If you sell a better money, you not go enjoy the money. And if you enjoy the money, you go die. The guy swear you all the way that you ain't fit to be a fisherman. And even if God bless you and you a fisherman, you will not even catch no fish. Okay, God bless you, you catch one big fish. That big fish, you will not sell it. Okay, God bless you, you are able to sell a fish. But you will not sell the fish for good money. When you go look, somebody buy the fish for good money. Okay, And God finish making about. Now, that good money you finish buying that fish. You will not enjoy it. Then when you go low, you start enjoying it. He said then you will die. That is same thing. You join the CPP. Nothing there to hold you. No consensus building. No clause to hold you. You just sign because you want join. By the time you don't happen, you say, bye, man. Then why they join for? Why they were joining for? So let UP and ALP and Liberty Party humbly tell us what's supposed to be in that document. Since there was no exit clause, they're telling us that that document was blank. That anybody could walk in and out anytime. That's what they're trying to say. Since the exit clause were not there, anybody could just walk out because it's a hobo Joe. You go in, whoop, you come out. So you tell us. These are the questions we need to be asking. So what was in this document? Mr. Cummings put in there the exit clause because he's smarter than them. They were dull. They are very, very dull. They were too dull. And they stay dull. So Mr. Cummings put it there. Okay, Mr. Cummings will take it off. What was in there to guarantee the Liberian people that this thing they were doing, it was serious? That Mr. Ure stood up and said, this is a living document. Anybody who leave this, you must go after them. So Liberian people, do not give Liberty a UP second chance. Do not allow UP to contest because they say that anybody who leaves the CPP, we should go after them. Anybody, I'm drinking too much water today because you know what? My wife cooked dry rice and fried fish. One of the best. She's damn good inside. Dry rice, nice, and a crust, and scrape it. Put the pepper. And I love pepper. You know when you eat that kind of food and you enjoy it, you stay thirsty. Yeah. So by this time, you know you're not supposed to be eating the rice now. If I need things, I just drink water. Okay, because I must say I'm fighting here. So what inside my people? Cummings, you may, the kind of patient you get, you will be a good leader. Mr. Cummings' chances of failing as president is 0.0.0.1. I'm telling you. I never see a man who respect his record. I pray that my son be like that or more. Who respect his name. I would not sit there, you damage my name. It cost me anything. It can cost me the presidency. I will fix my record. I will not. Mr. Cummings will not be like Ure. Ure will not be like Mr. Cummings. Liberians, that is how you find leaders. Leaders, the three most characteristics that you look for in any human being is honesty. Anybody can say honest. But you can know if someone is honest. Integrity. You respect yourself. You don't mess up your name. Your name is your name. You can't choose it. You can't damage it. It's almost like your credit. Empathy. To know how other people feel. How if they go to bed with all food, you ask yourself, I got food, but no one to eat it. There are a lot of people out there who are hungry, but they don't have food. I got food, but I don't have appetite. Some people get appetite, but they don't have food. Liberia, our country, my people. You might not like Mr. Cummings. You don't need to like Mr. Cummings. But if you love Liberia, you can make Liberia a better place by voting for the right leader. Yesterday, you voted for George Weah. You did nothing wrong to us. I supported Mr. Cummings. I did nothing wrong to you. Other people supported Councillor Bromsky. They did nothing wrong. That's the beauty of democracy, multi-party. But if you cast your vote because you saw something in that person, you believe that that person was going to make the difference. It was only belief. It was only you. That is why I always say, no decision is right until it is right. If we know that every decision in our life is correct, then there will be no mistakes. There will be no trouble. Because if you know that you will be poor, you'll not waste your time. If you know that you will lose election, you will not get into the election because you already know. So no decisions, right? So I will not hold you responsible. And shame on those who say that you continue to make the difference, you will suffer in this. I know you will not suffer. We will feel it. If we vote wrong again, that's what saying. They say first fool is fool. They will always sometimes fool you for the first time. Second fool is not fool. If they fool you for the second time, then I don't know. The third one is worse. There is no way you can vote for me and I did nothing for you, and then you still come back and vote for me. You still come back and vote for me. Tell me now. Tell me. You think it's right? No way. You can't do that. That's why the Constitution gave the president 2 terms. The first term, it came from you. You saw me. You saw him say, yes, he is the one. Now the second term is because of his first term that will allow you to give his second term. Because if he did nothing wrong and right, he messed up the first term. All the way the man know there's a second term, but he messed up the first term. If you give him another second term, you think he will do it? No, because he's not running again for third term. So it's like he ain't got no. He said, to hell with y'all. He will tell you, to hell with y'all. The president would never tell you beat it, driver, beat it. The president would never tell you nonsense right now because he know election is right around the corner. But I bet you, if you gave him power, he would tell you, Liberian people believe in me, and I said I can do anything to them, nothing can happen. Liberians, open your eyes. We were better than a lot of countries yesterday. Now they are better than us. People laughing at us. We only in the world book as we are, I think the third or I know second most dirtiest country in the world. Stink. Liberia. Our neighbors are moving. We still got something that they don't have. We quick to forgive. They don't have it. We are good people. We can make it if we want to. It is time we work together instead of working individual. It is time we change the system for God's sake. For our children, my people. This generation is failing our children. They're not showing nothing else. It's worse. The division. That is why I have decided that I will always play this short little 2-minute words of Alex Cummings. Please listen to it again. I have never heard any of our leaders speaking to our people, encouraging our people. But we still got one man who they're trying to prosecute, but yet standing up tall, and he will come out successfully. Let me take a quick break.
My fellow Liberians, despite our diversity, we are a united people, a great and noble people. Through the strength of our unity and the resilience of our determination, we have begun to rebuild a ravished country and have survived two deadly health crises. Our people have stood together as one united people, ready to face the future. Whether you are a fisherman of Grand Cru and Sino, the hunters of Grand Jide and River G, the farmers of Lofa and Bapolu, the Gola and Vai dancers of Bumi and Kipmount, the hospitable people of Bassa and River Ses, the warriors of Maryland, the miners and explorers of Nimba, the merchants and traders of Bong, the welcoming people of Magibi, or the melting pot of Montserrado. We are one people, Liberians. We have a great challenge and opportunity ahead of us. In unity, we will rebuild this country as a shining example in Africa, demonstrating the power of a determined and united people. Our economy and our national budget will expand and grow like never before. We will improve the lives of our people and put smiles on the faces of our citizens. I promise you that together we can and will do the job. A new day is on the horizon. The time for babysitting is over. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
The time for babysitting is over. I promise you. He said, I promise you, together we will rebuild Liberia. We will unite. We will build Liberia. He invoked every county. He was speaking to every sector of Liberia. When was the last time you heard your president of Liberia speaking, my people? When was the last time that President Weah said something genuine that you will carry home? Even the football, the game that President Weah cherished that he played, and he became the world best soccer player from Africa. The world best soccer player or African. Liberia is still worse. My people, please. The time is now. If the time is not now, then it's when. When? Some of you say 2029. We should give President Weah a chance. President Weah the only man that can develop Liberia because he built a playing ground. And even that playing ground for you in Liberia that you never traveled before is good. But for President Weah, it's a trash because President Weah have traveled around the world. He know what it means when they say opaque. And tell me, my people, are you going to sit there and make the same mistakes? Or because they say you had a bad accident so you can't get back in the ambulance? We still get good people. You need to look, you need to ask questions. Don't put your interest first. If you want for a politician to give you money before you vote, he will have to get that money back. The more taxes government put onto the businessman, he send the tax down to you and you will pay that money. So if you ask a businessman to give you money before you vote for him, you expect him to get it back. You expect him to get it back. This time, for God's sake, test Mr. Cummings. You got nothing to lose. We got nothing to lose. We already in the hole. Because we're in the hole, we will test anybody. We shouldn't overlook and denigrate people and bring people down. And while we're there glorifying killers, criminals, and all kinds of things, and giving them positions, and we're leaving patriotic Liberians behind that did not qualify to contest, only a certain group of people supposed to. You can't allow it to happen. You can't. It's a beautiful place. We can do it together. Guys, it's sad, but it's funny. It's a good thing. We will talk from now to Judgment Day, but I can't force nobody. I can't force nobody to do what they don't want to do. We just need to talk. Don't allow all this distraction. And President Weah will not do nothing. They can keep Mr. Cummings in court. That case could go up to next election. After the election and all, it will not stop Mr. Cummings from running. Yeah. Okay, we're going 1 hour 31 minutes. So don't forget, guys, on Sunday, ABC hour. Oh, damn. Maybe I might not run the show, or maybe I might run the show because we're having a Mother Day program to the church, and I am so freaking busy. I've done at least 40% of what I'm supposed to. Tomorrow, I got a funeral. I got to go to a funeral tomorrow. I will be airing a funeral. Then from there, I got to make sure I come back and go to Staples and print the programs for Sunday because I don't want to waste time. I already did the SAJ. I already did the pictures. I already did the certificates. So I got to do the programs. I got to call the guy for the tent. Oh, Jesus Christ. Then after the program, we got to go chill now. Article 13. Where you have your little, so. Okay, guys, let me just go through the comments. And let me see. And I promise you guys, I said the comments is not something I'm going to really worry about. And because we can, in every places, they got different type of people. So we can't push it. They will do whatever they want to do. Yeah. So I hope you guys are doing good. Agnes, how are you, man? Well, we got another one, Jerry Sumo. He said, when this man win election in Maryland County, then we will take him serious in Liberia politics. So I don't know, how can a man win election in Maryland when the man came second? That means Jerry Sumo don't even know his own. He just support him because he don't even know. He know nothing. Because Mr. Cummings came second in Maryland County, next to George, where I was the most popular man. But if Mr. Cummings, then what you worry about Mr. Cummings for? So Jerry, you out of touch, my brother. You out of touch. Thanks for listening. Yes, take notes. Thank you, man. Well, good. Or lady just educated you, Jerry. Thank you. Thank you, Abel. Thank you for educating Jerry Sumo. Because Jerry Sumo is just a weird or GBNs or whatsoever. Thank you very much. No, you got it wrong, Jerry. You are lying, Jerry. That only you listening, but other people listening to those who have access to telephone, those who have access to data listening. So few people still listen in Liberia. They hear us. So they got people in Liberia who hear us. And then if you're friends with them, you will hear them and they will hear you. If I'm friends with them, they will hear you. Okay, Dakwana. He said commies cannot be trusted, my dear brother. Dakwana. Who are you supporting, my brother? If you say Mr. Cummings cannot be trusted, it's another debate. If you want to debate me, Dakwana, you can invite me on your show. We can go into it, but I want to know who are you supporting first before I debate with you. I'm looking for someone must be supporting the other side, but you cannot have a network and you say Mr. Cummings cannot be trusted. But who can be trusted? Joe Bwaka, George Weah, who else? Stop it, Dakwana, please. Solomon say, you calling Dylan corrupt. You know, sometimes it sounds foolish when I hear people making statements. Oh, because this man not supporting you, so you call the man corrupt. Is there any sense in it, my people? You ask me. I said the man corrupt because this man was supporting me. This man ate my food. This man lied. Because I called him out, he ran away. There you say I call him corrupt. Yes, he corrupt. I wanted him to be with me because of his utterance. I say he was good. He understand things and he put me in the impression that yes, but he's corrupt. Okay, I wanted for Henry Costa to support us, but he corrupt, so he can't join the group. The ANC group, you must be very strong because you would think that Mr. Cummings even in knowing you. So joining something is about the ideology. It's not about your interest. It's not about what you're going to get. So that is why you guys don't know what we do. You must do it with passion and do it for the love of country, not about what you're going to get. You understand? So, you know, Donzo, what man? What's up, my man? You know, it bothers me so much when I see good people, educated Liberians who know the right thing. They know the right thing, but they all try to close their eyes because of their interests. Interest. Because of interest. Their selfish interests. Nothing else. What inside there for me? What there for me? So you see, that's how it works. So it's not that because you don't support, and there are a lot of people. How are you, Emiada? You and we, who make you we? The people who know that Cummings is guilty are sedition and people from UP and ALP. These are the people who say Mr. Cummings is guilty. These are the people who carry Mr. Cummings to the court because they believe that the court for them. But still, they can't find us guilty. They still fighting among themselves and how to find us guilty. Oh, the old make us sleep, yeah. Yeah. Okay, Fuma, I see why I'm not a good English guy, but I see why sometimes when you guys writing, he say washing from, listen now, this is what I love. He say washing from Grand Cape Mount County. This is not your first time following me. You follow me all the time. He said, watching from Grand Cape Mount County, thanks very much for that information. But he thanked me first. He said, but you are lying. Okay, you lying to the people. You lying to the Liberian people, my brother. Stop lying to the Liberian people. Okay. Stop lying to Liberian people. Okay, anyway. Maybe you know what you try. I know what you're trying to say. I got it. Don't get vexed. But I know what you're trying to say. I know that. I know. I know exactly what you're trying to say. I will not say nothing. Maybe somebody answer you already. So I don't know. Okay. Another man called me Lebanese man attacking real Liberian. Okay, thank you very much. I am a Lebanese man who attacking a real Liberian man because the real Liberian man don't know a damn thing. That is why I attack him. Since you call me a Lebanese man, thanks for being racist. I appreciate it highly. But I think I serve that country better than you, and I got more things in Liberia than you. So I can keep your comment up here so you will see. Oh, complete waste of time. It will hurt your feeling. Oh, if that crocodile will ish, it will hurt your feeling. It will hurt you till you yourself will not know. Your name is Solomon Yenga. Can anybody tell me where Yenga from? The man who say I am a foreigner. uh, you see people who take picture near the cars. These are people that never enjoy life. So they stand by the car that they own, they take picture by the car, they bluff for the car because they are them. They enjoy life, so okay, thank you, my brother, for calling me a foreigner. That's a good thing. Talk the real Liberian. So I enjoy when a fake Liberian watching me. Oh, I think our ANC members need to stop going on nonsense. Oh yeah, we need to stop it. But they can't help it. Spoon will not help it. Spoon will still want to. Okay, another person. He's still listening to me. That's the fact. Thank you for asking him the question. He's still listening to me. That's what make me smarter than him, man. I would do it. I would do it, Duke. We'll teach them. We'll teach them sense. Ah, you can call me whatever you want to call. Wow. Jerry Sumo, who is a poor man, calling Mr. Cummings, says so-called millionaire. He's millionaire. He's not a so-called. If you use the word so-called, it's like you're not too sure. But a man like Jerry Sumo can call somebody a so-called millionaire. He don't need to open a radio station. Because the fact of the matter, let me make you to understand today. Under the Cummings administration, we will advocate and we will complain to the government that the government will get out of radio station business. If the government want to be transparent, they will have to close Lina down, Liberian News Agency. They will have to close the LBS down owned by government and let private people own all these things. But because since Liberia is a poor country and some of the people need free TV, okay, no problem, we can keep LBS. But the information ministry should turn only to the Ministry of Tourism. Finish. Take the information out. Nobody going to sit over there. You bring 5, 6 ministers and have a press conference. You have a press conference to your ministry, and you want to meet the president. You go to the president office there. You have a press briefing too, every day by 2 o'clock. We'll change the system. Under the Cummings administration, nothing will be hidden. Nothing. Nothing. So it will be hard for you to even attack Mr. Cummings because they will tell you everything. Yeah. That's the right word. Mr. Cummings will get them pressure. Foreign guy, what's up, my man? Thank you. At least you thanks for educating him. Yeah. The same spoon came out with the lies. And some people just follow people. They just listen and they go ahead with the story. They can't help it. Cummings is the most powerful man, is the man who got more contact than any politician in Liberia, and it's clear and it's sure. Because from the way the government behaving, I know that Mr. Cummings is very powerful. Yeah, he's powerful. You don't know that? Disrespect. What you drinking tonight? I don't want to tell you what I'm drinking, my brother. I don't want to tell you. Talking is free, yeah. Cummings is nothing in Liberia. Politics, so don't say he that look at me. I'm gonna say I can make mistake, but sometimes you want a mistake, you can make it look so damn dumb. Yeah, man. Talking is free, yeah. Coming is nothing in Liberia. It's just moving. He running. Just how he talking. Coming is nothing in Liberia. Politics. Don't say he's the powerful person in Liberia. Big lie. Oh, niswa o na pomtio. Na nyereo. It is. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. You see, somebody from way Liberia, Monrovia, but y'all say nobody listening to us. So what are 2 persons say I got one in Liberia, one here. Thank you, Miller. uh, Uh, you know, they say Mr. Cummings that nothing, but they cry on Mr. Cummings' knee. You funny, who going to challenge GMB? Can he win his district where he live? I don't know why I can. Uh, listen, Unity Party praying to God that the Supreme Court ruling should go against them. So Unity Party will not contest. That means Gateway McIntosh will not be on the ballot. Mr. Bwaka, people having meeting right now. This one, it is a serious thing. They are suggesting that they should stick. They got Plan B. Plan B is to put a new party together for Mr. Bwaka and then collaborate with other political parties they want to. But these are the people who say Mr. Cummings desperate. They go in. You and myself build a house. You say, can I build a house? You try to push me out of the house. I say, I'm not going nowhere. Then you left the house. You say, I can't take care of the house. You go now. You don't know if you pay, let me put it in an easier way. You and myself, we went to the leasing office. We signed this contract. The people gave us the place. Every year we're supposed to sign a contract. We got a 1-year contract with the leasing company. You decided that you were going. Now you won't go, you can go, but you will have to pay. You will pay until I can find somebody to join me. You sign already, then I'm stopping you. Oh, for never die. I swear to God, UPI will kill us. I'm telling you, Emmanuel. So I don't know that play God dropped. You know when God threw Satan out of heaven, Satan just entered Liberia and just born planet children and left there. I swear to God. Oh God. Liberia. Oh, Dakpana. No. You see, Dakpana, the difference with us and some people, I do not sit in a room with the person that I'm supporting or with my VIP, and he's the only one making fun. No. Not everything that he say will be funny to me. And I myself, I will say some stuff that will be funny to him. So it's not because I support you, and when you're doing something wrong, I should continue with the support. No. Listen, Emmanuel Yato is my witness. I don't know Darius Dillon from nowhere. He's not a friend to me. I just get acquaintance. Because he was in the CPP. And I take people for the war. You do this and do that until you can mess it up. I supported Darius Dillon. They got other people who get Darius Dillon 20,000. Me, I only give 500. That's all. So it not nothing. It ain't got nothing to do with my family. It was not anything to say that would damage my life, but it was my support because of the CPP. That's all. But not because I support you. That means when you mess up, I can get, oh no, hey man, yeah, that's what I can say. You've already dressed the devil. You can't undress the devil in the street. Hell, no way. I dress you, you will be undressed in the street. You're not my ma, you're not my pa. I'm not supporting you based on love. Yeah. I beg that, yeah. Yeah, then I bought naked who did it killing. Bought naked who did it killing when he'll get on a pay. I'm talking about bought naked. There's a guy who were all on Facebook. The guy took a picture because he went to the guy place, he started sleeping. And he was drunk, I think. And the guy took a picture so that bought naked. I'm talking about a new name bought naked. Jato new name bought naked. I'm not talking about and Dakwana, because Dakwana too, your light skinned guy. Let me show you who is bought naked. Listen, watch this person. Watch this person. This is bought naked.
You're talking about
This
my
is bought naked. Bought naked.
and
This is bought
you're
naked.
talking about
This guy,
being and
he
suffering.
went to the woman house. He even went for the woman to take off her clothes.
Once now, but now you got to make a comment and say that people can miss settlement even before they got a good settlement.
So this is the butt naked man. That the man that butt naked. That he and all can be causing Mr. Comiso. Because they get shame for themselves. Dakwana. Jesus, the man gets support. He say, but blackmailing or corrupt government official is true. Not blackmail. The man collect your money, the jack caught in at all. No, it's not General Botnicki. Hi, how are you? Oh, the boy collected cash. Uh, Thank you. Dakwana, the man asks you, so please put the right code there. I'm telling you, look, let me go back to this comment. That's the fact. People listening, they listening to the tip and still they say, you missed. They're not me talking. I'm not the one who talking. But Sarah, thank you, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. The thing clear. I finish talking to the people there. I ain't got to go war for war. I break it down for you. I finish talking to the people. So you just need to have meeting with us. The Liberian poster will be happy. That morale for you. Negotiate with us. They will say, oh yeah, the government got the right to talk to us. Just what we did June 7th. But I talked to the guy. I don't want it to mean that I alone. And then I know political party is strictly COP. And to the end, he said, don't tell Fagon. Fagon shouldn't be part of it. So who is Fagon? Fagon very close to Magay. Yep. The political war is on. He said the God of President Weah. Then I think my God is powerful because if I look at the God of President Weah, which I'm not judging him, but if you telling me the God of President Weah will continue to beat and expose you all for wrongfully going against him, that means I don't know which God you're talking about. God said, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not fornicate, thou shalt not what? Something on your neighbors. You know what I'm saying? So all that one Josh we are doing, he said, which are the God Josh we are serving? Which are the God you talking about? Tell me Job about Josh we are God Julius. I don't know which God you talking about. Tell me. Well, Julius, if you could put your words together so people will understand, then I don't know. But you say you very lie on these points you just put out. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, because Cummings refused to go VP to JB. So he shit on himself. Keep it up and think that will excuse JB. Costa done with Bwaka a long time. He's just waiting for the UP people to start cursing him so he can go. Thank you. Thank you. Look at that. All the way Duki is in Ganta Nimba County. But what did they say they can't hear us? They want us to believe that nobody can hear us in Liberia. Nobody can hear us. Liberians, don't waste your time. Go to the polling booth. Register. It is your right. First food and food, second food and not food. It is your right. Register and vote. Take your anger to that voting booth. You chase black car in the day, you won't find it. You can't find it in the night. No matter how long you can put a laser in the water, it will not turn to crocodile. Jowia can make it. You get Jowia second term, you sell in Liberia. You sell in Liberia, yeah? So let us don't be bluffing here. You know, George, we are God different. So Ellen or God are different God. Joe, we are God are different God. Because Cummings is a powerful or power greed. He's a power greed. Joe Bwaka is not power greed, but Joe Bwaka ran away. Joe Bwaka abandoned CPP. Joe Bwaka escaped. Joe Bwaka is a criminal. Joe Bwaka is the worst thing that ever happened. The woman got nothing left in him. He can't even stand up straight. We look at African, you know, Africa to run or African country is not easy. We're not looking for no handicap here. Joe Bwaka is corrupt. Joe Bwaka, he's a tribalistic old man or tribalistic old man. Joe Bwaka is a tribalistic old man. According to this guy, listen to him. According to this guy,
if they genuinely
according to this guy, yeah.
I need money to come home with. Then I got the man.
When are you were gossiping about Mr. Cummings here again? He said Mr. Cummings get money. Y'all listen to this. Y'all watch the tape. Y'all watch this tape.
Y'all watch this tape. I'm being honest on anything with other. That they must give that Lord a chance. And let me tell you something. The whole myth about the man with money are so hard. Yeah? Because the man told me.
Actually, it's not Dillon.
When we went to that meeting to Joe Bwaka house, last night before the last, you know, he said he doesn't want to put out any candidate because he doesn't have money. I tried to plead with him to stay. He said, look, Banana, I'm going to work to make some money. I got 2 board meetings. Each of them will give me $25,000. I need money to come home with. Then I asked him, oh, man, what happened to all the money they say you got? He said, Banana, you in the corporate sector. Okay, they say you got shares and loans. Your shares worth $100,000. Does it mean you got money? I said, no.
What the hell up, because they don't do research. Cummings unloaded, they call it unload, when you own stocks, you hold stocks in a company and then you sell the stocks. Cummings unloaded $89.7 million worth of stocks. 89.7 million right now, other one. 79.8 million. 79.8 million. That's $80 million. $80 million in stocks.
But you talk to a lot of people will tell you the money they may lie, ain't got no money, ain't got no money. Ain't got no money. But look, you my son, you know you want to do what you gonna do, it's up to you. But as your father, it's my duty to warn you.
This man has so much money.
All right. And I want to talk to you also about this senatorial thing. So you my father.
These are the people. I say the guy that were working, my man. God see Mr. Cummings. They worry about Mr. Cummings. The man get money. He get money. The man get money. Cause I say the man get $80 million. Man say the man get money. They will suffer. They will suffer. They will suffer. So they say JB, Mr. Cummings is power greed. JB is not power greed, but at the same time, JB leaving a party to go to somewhere. Y'all listen to that one again. Yeah, I told you about the papi. Oh, not the one. No. I'm sorry, not the one. Not this. I played this one already. Let me go back and bring the other one, the old man. The one here Costa said the old man, he's Costa said the papi la gbele. He said the papi la gbele. Yeah, listen to the one.
Not going to change. Joe Walker has no fresh ideas. Joe Walker is not able to run this country. He's a dead man walking. He's a dead man walking, and I cannot support a dead man walking. So Joe Walker did not condemn tribalism because Joe Walker is a sadistic, unrepentant, unapologetic, tribalistic old man. That is what Joe Walker is, and that is the only thing Joe Walker knows how to do because he exploits tribalism. So, well, I say, I guess.
He's sleepy. Get up, man. Hey, man, get up. The thing feeling that you still sleeping. That AL. That the Omel. The Omel sleeping. Yep. The Omel sleeping. I tell you, thank you. I thank you, Samira. Samira Pratt, thank you very much. Oh, let me see what he say again. Jerry Sumo, your mother, Holy Bauer. We will. You will listen to me. Talumo, you will listen to me. You will open your ears and listen to me behind a politician, a house politician. Oh, thank you for even making a small G. Mr. Cummings, whole lot of prestige. That's the fact, man. The guys are all disrespectful. They're jealous. That's all I see. That's all I see. Are you ask me a question? Yes, I believe it. 100%. Better than George, you are better than JB. Somebody answer you already. You know, when people talk about change, you continue with change, but we have not seen any change for George. We are ran on fighting corruption. People were saying it, not him. Now his people were saying it, not him. Yeah. Tell me, you're listening to another Liberian called Julius Milton. He said communists were offered a job and refused to work in the George Weah government. But the real truth, do you think Mr. Cummings really want to work for George Weah or to take a political appointment? Tell me, these guys lie to the T. They lie just like the president. They lie just like President. We are lying to our country. Yeah, y'all read it. He said, President Weah, he said, I hope you know what you are talking because President Weah never went against President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf after 2005 and 2011 election. But CDC had over 100 protests. CDC took panty and put ketchup on it, were all in the street. CDC protests with casket. All kinds of things they did to Ellen Johnson. You think who sent it? You sleeping, Julian. You sleeping, my brother. Then he said, unlike your own want to be president, Cummings who refuse to work in this government. Do you research next time before? Do your research. Do your research next time before coming at me. Nonsense. But you say you just lie, Julius. You better go do research and real who George we are appointed. But why you think Cummings won't job? You say you order your head, man. I'm telling you, you guys, all the two, you got too much traffic in line. Thank you. We got a bunch of corrupt people there. The boy ready get traffic now to make himself feel good. Oh, that Cummings refused to work in a job we are government. What's up, Christian? You know, you need to deal with some of them. You need to deal with them. You need to deal with some of them seriously. I'm telling you, man, he is. You come on the platform, you better don't lie. Yeah? Let me tell you something. I don't say things I don't know, my brother. Let me tell you the real truth. That's a good one. Oh, the comments too plenty. Oh. Liberians. You can know that, you can see, from the comment, you can know the channel they watch and who they follow. From their comments, you can tell who they support, who they support, Eh, your dream. Ah, Jesus. Yep. The government corrupt. The person say, nonsense. Cummings ate at my niece's household and she's not supporting Cummings. So what I gotta do with that? Eh? Okay, correct it. Because I know Cummings ate to the house, but they're not friends. Yes, I believe. I'm gonna tell you, ask one more question. I say yes. My people, GMB that criminal. Let me tell you the real truth. That GMB used to care all the that in GMB office, the brown envelope used to be. No, I think I need to look. I need to watch that, but I saw part of it. In fact, they try not to talk about it because when the woman presented it, that when they had all the different stuff up. Jimmy, not running, man. Listen, y'all listen to trouble again. Oh. She been in Atlanta for 20 years, but she didn't see Mr. Cummings in the Liberian community. So who the hell got to do with that? Eh? I live in my community. I'm president of the Liberian community. You think I know all the Liberian people? Is that the case? Until Mr. Cummings introduced Mr. Cummings, Mr. Bwaka introduced Mr. Cummings to the Liberian community in Georgia. You got traffic. Too much traffic. Damn it. Prince Sheriff. Prince Sheriff. You know George, we had pushed you on the bus already. I don't know what you want to even make comment that right now he not telling you the Liberian people everything. It is when he become president, he will tell us. You think that George, we are who ran for, who you voted for? You know Prince Sherry, that's Assistant Secretary General for CDC in America. George Weah, we gave George Weah a blank check. We said, Mr. Weah, go change our country. He changed it for himself. Prince Sharif killing himself here, promoting George Weah, while President Weah is dealing with different group of people. Yeah. Poor Prince Sharif killing himself every day. This boy preaching. But George Weah preferred to work with Spoon. They send him money to Henry Costa. They gone back to the same old ways, the old days. People who struggling. I got no offense. I understand. I love you for your passion and what you do, but I just feel that it's not fair. It's not a fair game. You see me? So I got a direct link with a lot of people in the ANC, including Mr. Cummings. I don't just call. If I call Mr. Cummings and he don't pick up, I send a text. If I want to know some information from Liberia, I interview him. I say, Mr. Cummings, is this true? Blah, blah, blah. If there's anything, he will tell you. You're not allowed to you. But you ask Prince Sharif, when the last time he talked to President Weah, he only talked to the other officials. It's not fair. This guy is on the show every day. He's spending his own money. He promoting them. He giving all the he tried to turn the lies into truth. He tried to turn everything look fine. And he tried to pin Mr. Cummings. You see the comment? Right now, Mr. Cummings not saying everything, but when he president, he will say this and that. No, Mr. Cummings saying everything. He even he said, I will prosecute the people who steal it. He said the people that steal it, I will prosecute them. You're not hiding it. Fala, just make sure you come to church on Sunday for the women program. Mr. Cummings, man up. Listen now. Mr. Cummings, man, what's up? Come to church on Sunday. The women program will be on Mr. JB supporter. And Fala, I know you let your Darius deal on. I know you let your Henry Costa business. But check out the church on Sunday so we'll have a good program. She said, Edward said, my dear brother, stop misleading Mr. Cummings. He would never become president. He made mistakes by filing Musa Bilete. Musa Bilete, they are afraid of Musa Bilete. Damn it. You can tell. You know who is Edward? Edward is a Bassa man. That Yombly supporter. Oh man. Lawrence. What? No. Don't sugarcoat nothing here. Mr. Bwaka, your papa you supporting, he gone. He will not contest because UP not going nowhere. UP will not get on a ballot. He will go with different party. We all ran on our own. This coming election, there will be no 22 candidates. So you guys just be careful. The opposition got nothing to do with George Weah. They're not collecting taxes. They're not making appointment unless we don't campaign. Let George Weah use the people resource, the poor country money, and y'all watch it. Y'all see fun. Y'all see nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. Don't let nobody fool you about opposition and then be careful, Joe. We will win. Yeah, right. You think like brand people that adore people now? I'm okay. I'm okay. Oh, yeah, it can be frustrating. Oh. You got to be strong. Yep. You got to be strong. How you say ADD the best in the country? The man hands in the cookie jar. But let he cause coming. Who care? That he don't want run for senator tomorrow. Jah the defeated in this race. You can cause coming. I care. You think whether a man who lack moral character, who don't give a damn. If I Munel Kishen, somebody are going somebody room, go lay down their butt naked, I would never come back on Facebook. But any man who can get out drafting and come out on Facebook, they can do anything. Anything. So causing Mr. Cummings, you think I care? One-on-one, he can't cause Cummings. Anything. He can't compare himself with Cummings. Anything. So he can cause Cummings sell a business. We can leave picking Costa. Picking Costa that politician. Somebody like. Hey, my people. You're on Prince now. Me, I try to make it fun for you, Prince. The people that see you. Oh, Aliyu Sano from listening from all the way from Sierra Leone. You see that? Thank you, Sano. CDC 2023. Not bad. Francis Kulako Jr. That's your right, my brother. That's your right. You see how the man put it on a CDC mail. He just said CDC 2023. That's his right. You think I got to argue with him? That's what he said. He ain't cost nobody. He ain't said nothing to nobody yet. He has the right to support. But you see, all the people who you see telling Mr. Cummings desperate, Mr. Cummings this, Mr. Cummings that this and that, because they ain't got nothing in there and they can't argue. When you limited, you don't get nothing to say that all you will say. So it's like you only say, oh, Mr. Cummings, and I say Mr. Cummings good. No, Mr. Cummings not good. Mr. Cummings good. But you can't hear no Boaka. So I'm so happy about it when he will say the kind of thing in the exchange. Mr. Cummings not this. I said, no, Mr. Cummings not this. Mr. Cummings is a desperado. No, he's not desperado. So what you want to say? I see nothing but JBO. Niswa. I know somebody gave it to them. That's good. That's it right there. How will you say evil thing when you the one, you the one doing it? Well, I never listened to. As I said, I never listened to him. But after that hearing, they never talked too much. Maybe it was the next day they talk about it. That, but what they had to say that day was about the date, the July 10 and the July 14. So if I know that the ANC, the next chair lady answer, she took the stand. No, man, listen. Stand on them playing their own games. We know what side they're on. I'm not going to fall for them that today, you know, if they will come out, they have said it, they're on record. They are on record accusing Mr. Cummings of wrongdoing, and they believe it. They believe it. So whether they can change it or they don't change it, they're on record of Mr. Cummings doing something to benefit himself. They're on record. Yep, there you go. But it is true that God really took some of our brains away. If Cummings love Liberia so much, why can't he go in private sector? He's already in the private sector. He need to give you a job, but he got other people job. Two, Joshua who get Liberia in hat, who make millions, he ain't create no job. Mr. Cummings in the private sector, you don't know that? Mr. Cummings got businesses, but he ain't got to tell you that he own business, not for you. Mr. Cummings got people working for him. Even Bernard Europe still cannot employ everybody in the country. Even the Republic of Liberia cannot employ everybody. Mentor Steel cannot employ everybody. All the different companies. Why Mr. Cummings should? Mr. Cummings is already in the private sector. Mr. Cummings is a Liberian citizen who want to run for president to help our country because of bad leadership. So certain people go for private sector, certain people go for government jobs. So the criminals go for government job, the sincere and honest people go for private sector. So St. Job, Mr. Boaka, entire life that government, so he corrupt. Corruption is government, accountability is private. Anyway, that's your view, and that's it. From Hartford, Connecticut. How JB will go in JB know how to go to private sector? I tell you, when they build $200 hand pump, they have a big press conference. Uh, dog, real, no, cat lick their faces. Tell me, tell me. Tallness is a bad thing. Oh. She said, you are freaking blind, brother. Why would someone who left Liberia and never looked back till he retired from America and went and want to be president? We don't need him. Who we? But people, you're listening. Mr. Cummings born in Liberia. Mr. Cummings had relatives in Liberia. Mr. Cummings sent for his relatives in Liberia. Mr. Cummings worked in Liberia. Mr. Cummings came back to school, did everything work, and he was in and out. He didn't get big mouth like this candidate that's sitting here. He didn't get big mouth like George Weah, who left from Liberia too, only because of his talent and went back home. Mr. Cummings went, worked, retired, 2004, Mr. Cummings went back to Liberia and contributed $300,000 worth of equipment and materials and medication to Buchanan Hospital. He was not running for president. 2002, Mr. Cummings went to Liberia and make a donation to his old school. He was not running for president. Mr. Cummings didn't get big mouth like the other criminals who, when they put one lay hand pump, they let everybody know. But Mr. Cummings have done a lot in Liberia than any Liberian that you will ever imagine. But it's sad when Liberians don't know their own history and they don't research and they only see people jump into the race and they don't follow. It is a shame. We don't want him there. Who are you to say we don't want him? Let me check your profile. Say if I check your profile, if you're in Liberia, I will consider you. If you're in America, you live in America for nothing. If you're in America and you ask that kind of question, then you're wasting your time, seriously. Because you don't learn nothing. You're only there to make your money and get out. You don't force to get into politics. The real truth, you don't force to get into politics. You don't force to get into politics. Seriously. You live in Atlanta. This person live in Atlanta. She said, what does she live in Atlanta? In one of her statements, she said that Mr. Bwaka introduced Mr. Cummings to the Liberian community. So when you check it up, she herself been living in Atlanta for a long time, but she ain't go home yet. She in America. Why should people come to America and still cannot understand? Or because she just went home recently. Man, are you this? It's a shame. Wow. How do we live? So we all travel and still we don't have no common sense. You must advise Mr. Cummings to go in the private sector because only criminal like Joseph Bwaka supposed to run for president because he been in the public sector. JMBs, criminal JMB, that the only man can be president. Yep. That you that JMB vice president. But let me ask you a question. Okay, anybody tell me during the war where was JMB? Who JMB helped during the war? Can anybody tell us where JMB was working or what kind of business he did in Liberia? Can anybody show us any paper that JMB helped any Liberians? Just show us that real JMB in the thick and thin of people. Look at, tell me. They put from Lofa County, especially the JMB group, they get drafted because the candidate from Lofa County. I support the man that being in the think and tongue of Liberia. He is no other but JMB, the corrupt JMB. He's so corrupt or tribalistic old man. A man who gave a damn, he just believed that everybody in Liberia are Kisi. And the Kisi that are closer to Sierra Leone border too. So that made it bad. JMB gave me even argue with Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings sweating JMB's stomach. Now who they get talking to about? Who the person to Dylan eat at your home? Who at your home? How the hell Dylan eat to my place or eat to somebody's house? Yes, I am going to Chicago by the grace of God. I am. Okay. I will block you from my page. I do not allow people to use such a word. It's not a war. Nobody finger document. Only rude people use the word fingering. I have blocked so many people because they use that word. You can say altar, you can say altar, you can say temper with, it's better. But you don't deserve to be on my page. I don't follow rude people. We got to learn to be respectful. Finger, it sound different in my ear. Yeah. Nobody finger document. You go to a court right now, you say finger document. They say, what is my finger document? You know. You can tell from their post, you can tell where they're coming from. Prince will not see Joshua. Joshua will not talk to Prince. And she living in Atlanta. You who live in America. That the people then who can go to Liberia and cost the people back home. That they pushing cartoon. You'll not see my post again, man. You're on your own. I like that. Cummings will win the senatorial and will be the next president in 2029. Tell me, I see why I block off from my page already, sir. Thank you, Ibrahim. We are after them every day. Who cares if you're in Liberia right now? Okay. Be tolerant, Mr. Host. You see trouble? She said I should be tolerant, so I don't know what I did. I said I do not allow people to use certain words. If you want to say Mr. Cummings author document, Mr. Cummings temper with the document, use the right word. But the word fingering is an insult because the Jato, the blackmailer, the the man that has no moral, the man who almost, because I can say he's a molester or child molester, use the words and they follow. So I know his followers how they post. Do not use it on my life. That's my live feed. I can take you out. It's not about being tolerant. You know what I'm saying? So don't tell me being tolerant as if I'm insulting anybody. But you can't come under my life and say something different. So you guys have a good day, and maybe you're not hearing me what I say. Maybe you're not hearing what I'm saying. I just told you, since you want to argue, and I'm not going to make it out of you, and it's simple too, I can get you out of my post myself. I said, I don't like, I said it before over and over. This war you call fingering, it's just an insult because I had started it. No one will ever go to court and say, I fingered a document. They say, what do you mean by fingered document? Who fingered document? It's an insult because when Henry Costa said it, he put it in an insulting way, and they still try to do the same thing. Use the word tempering, use the word author, and whatsoever. I don't have problem with that. But you still want to tell me what I want to hear. I'm telling you, don't do it. That's my post. That's my life. You got your phone, I got my phone. Then you say, be tolerance. I don't hear for the other thing, man. Stop it. Y'all get people out of character sometimes. The people step on commies already. Only God. Look at the other one misusing God. They step on commies. Only God can move him. Then you believe in God yourself. You don't believe in God. So you're trying to tell me that nobody can move him, only God can move him. Everybody believe in God. Sometimes your post ain't make no sense. Okay, guys, the comments finished. You see all the comments that coming up. That just the last comment. Somebody, maybe some people just coming on. Let me do my closing. I'm done already. For the record, let me make you to understand. Maybe you don't know. Some of us who just don't talk because we want to talk. We got first-hand information. First-hand information, and I believe the person that are supporting. The first thing here, some people carry news around that, they will convict Mr. Cummings, he will not contest. It's a misdemeanor. You can convict Mr. Cummings, and you can say, we'll send Mr. Cummings to jail. One, you can't send Mr. Cummings to jail because the case is still on. Mr. Cummings' lawyers have not started yet. Right now, the Solicitor General bringing all his evidence. So when he finished with his 36 witnesses and more to come, then we ourselves will bring our witnesses. So our witnesses will be either 36 or more too, because I got the right to ask the judge to subpoena the same person that you brought out. So JBO, Ureo, the Delon, the Mo, plenty of people, even from ANC, they will come up on stage and answer questions. Understand? So the case, if you think that Mr. Cummings going somewhere, you on your own, because we campaigning already. We campaign. We going around, but the campaign have not started. You ain't see nothing yet. You ain't see nothing yet. Nothing you ain't see yet. When we finish with you will understand what they know about what they mean by campaigning. Where you see there, she said, I'm too emotional. Then I really want to see, if you really want to see, he said, I'm emotional. If you really want to see the real, the other side, then you not know I'm real emotional. I said, don't use the word as all. It's an insult. Yeah, don't use the word. You want to say anything? There are so many people who post here, JMB 2023, JMB this, but you continue to say finger document. Right there, I know who you're supporting. It's an insult. They never use that word in a way that when Henry Costa was using it, he was insulting Mr. Cummings on that day. It's not a war. You never go anywhere. When you tell anybody about fingering document, unless they common Liberians, you go to court today, there is nothing that you will write on that paper say, Mr. Cummings finger document, and they listen to you in court. But that's insult. You insulting Mr. Cummings. And finger is some, look, man, I understand. Y'all stop it, man. That my life. You either there or you're not there. Yeah. I'm done already. It's just somebody who just stay want to. Yes, you can say it under your post. And I don't even go on people post. If you go and post, you say, Mr. Cummings finger document, you can put it on your page. I will not go on it. I will read it and pass. I will not make a comment and say, and even if I know you, I would just say, well, it's up to you, Mr. Cummings, author document, prove it. And finish. I'm not going to take your post, but this is my life. I said, do not use the word under my life. It's an insult. So I got a right to close you, to take you off. The way I get plenty of people, I want to take people off already. I'm looking, all those who get on 100 viewers or followers are taking off my list. I got other people I need to add on. Who can know the people that follow certain stations, you can't change them. They call people the hero. They say, hello, my leader. I don't call Mr. Cummings my leader. It's not the time yet. He's the leader of a group. Oh, yeah. Okay. I want you to stay on here. This is Mr. Cummings 5 watts and how. So listen.
Mr. Cummings, to you, my fellow Liberians, the oldest Mr. Cummings, Alexander Cummings, he body explode. The leaders I love, the ones I trust so much, they made a fool out of me. I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader. The oldest republic in Africa, and yet we're one of the least developed countries on the continent, and indeed one of the least developed countries in the world. And I say to you, my fellow Liberians, we deserve a better Liberia. We need to ask ourselves some fundamental questions. Why are we where we are? Most Liberian homes don't have electricity. Most Liberian homes don't have running water. Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders. We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep electing and selecting the same kinds of leaders with the same kinds of experiences and expect Liberia to change. We have to do many things differently, and that starts with selecting and electing new leaders who know how to create jobs, who know how to grow the economy, who will prioritize the Liberian people first before they prioritize themselves. And this is what I offer you, the Liberian people. The other universal truth that I want to share with you, my fellow Liberians, is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And again, I ask you to look at my record of job creation, of success, of managing large budgets without one penny going missing. All of these things you can look at and compare to the other candidates. And again, you will see that my past performance and past behavior is a good predictor, a good indicator that what I commit to, we will deliver. There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, it's electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. The next priority is agriculture. We are a country that do not feed ourselves. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves. And my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we are focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, you can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our fifth priority, and there we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what's I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is first, we'll go after waste in government. You know, we spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles, and we should buy less expensive vehicles for our government officials. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil servants and police officers and the military officers and healthcare workers, people who actually do the work. We need to pay them more money and reduce the gap between those at the top and those who actually do the work. The other way we'll find the money is going after this thing called corruption. You know, corruption has been the bane of our country, is the primary reason why we are as underdeveloped as we are today. And we will aggressively go after corruption. The first thing we'll do is we will appoint a corruption czar, a minister in charge of corruption in the presidency that will coordinate all of the agencies that are meant to find corrupt officials. Secondly thing we'll do is we'll make sure we are giving the resources, the money, the right people, the right logistics to the anti-corruption agencies, the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Accounting Office, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. We will make sure they got the right resources to go after corrupt officials. After that, when we find people who are corrupt, we will prosecute them, we will put them in jail, and we'll seize their assets. It will not be good enough for you just to resign. Okay? So those are the things we will do to really go after corruption. I have committed that I will not take a salary. The salary that is paid the president, I will allocate it towards helping to fight corruption. That's how important I think it is to us. And then the other way we'll find the money is we'll make sure we're getting full value, the full monies we're due from our natural resources. We'll look to exploit other natural resources so we can get the funds required to fund healthcare, to fund infrastructure, to create jobs, etc., etc. So finding the money is the second how. The next how is we want to create a government of inclusion. We want all sections of our country to be represented in the government. We want opposition political parties to be in government, because we believe that having a government inclusion will help all of us make the right decisions. It will make sure that we're spreading the resources of our country across the entire country. And then the last two hows, one is growing the private sector. We will focus on growing the private sector so Liberians can primarily benefit from that growth. No longer should Liberian business people be spectators to our economy. And we want to actively support Liberianization and encourage and provide credit and other facilities to Liberian businesses so they can participate. And last but not least, we will use technology. We'll leverage technology to help us achieve our goals. So those are the what's and the hows. But let me end by leaving you again with these two universal truths. One is we cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. We need to elect and select different people to lead us, to serve us, to help us manage and run our country. And the other universal truth is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And on those two counts, I believe I stand head and shoulders above the other candidates expiring. Together, we will change Liberia for the benefit of all Liberians. We will transform our country. We will give us a new start, a fresh start, so that all of us can benefit from this country we love. I thank you. God bless you. God bless the Republic of Liberia.
Chicken necro for day.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. And I know you saw it. That is the platform of Mr. Cummings, and he be very consistent, and that is what he intend to do. And he's either he upgraded it or he still to it. So Mr. Cummings is one of the most consistent politicians that you will ever come across in Liberia. Yep. So it's all over the place, and I think that is the plans of Mr. Cummings, and he still believe that that is the fact. That is what we need to do together. And when you look at it, every country, electricity is very, very important. Without electricity, you're wasting time if you have a hospital or schools. Without internet nowadays, it's nothing. So you need all these things. Yeah, three most important infrastructure. You see roads, and what it is, electricity, drinking water. A good drinking water will kill a lot of problems in Liberia, like typhoid. You know. Yes, go to the Cummings ANC. They got different sites. They got the ANC website. You go on the Cummings, just go to Alexander Cummings. You will see everything on Alexander B. Cummings Facebook page. There are a lot of things in there that you will find for yourself. I will tell you. And well, I agree with you when they say no one person cannot, but if we get a good leader, if we get an honest leader, a good leader, our problem is leadership in Liberia. The problem in Liberia is leadership. The leaders make the appointments to work in government. They work to the will and pleasure of the president. But the president is not prosecuting, he still got his same people in the public court of opinion. We've seen people physically who are stealing and nothing. In fact, they come out with information. They say, oh, this person embezzled this amount. And they don't. From day one, even the past administration, though time they fire you from finance, they take you to commerce. And all these people we know that. But in this time, man, we can't continue. We have to speak out. We can't continue like this. That's all. I don't know what the hell you talk about, Mr. Nukwe. 2029. Mr. Nukwe want to run for president. And he's right. He can even run this coming 2023. Why will you be working for 2029? I don't think that will. And even if Mr. Cummings is not president, Mr. Cummings is not thinking about 2029. I don't worry about 2029. I don't know if I will live to see 2029, either 2023. So I don't sit down and start running another man campaigning for 6 years. After this election, the 6 years, then you say, man, stop it. I don't think that way. If there's anything for 2029, I don't talk about other people. I talk about myself. What would I be doing 2029? I will not talk about Mr. Cummings 2029. I will not talk about nobody 2029. You need to be thinking about what you will be doing 2029 too. Not worry. Right now, I'm looking at 2023. So I know I'm not contesting for anything like bro, so I'm supporting somebody for 2023. But who knows? After 2023, you don't know what's going to happen. So why should I worry about somebody going to 2029? No, worry about yourself. Maybe you can run for president 2029. If you're not running, then you can look for somebody to choose. But if you come this time, maybe Nuke at your pa, maybe Nuke at your uncle, maybe Nuke at your friend. But if you coming out this time and talking about somebody 2029, no, my brother or my sister, please. You out of touch. You already finished selling yourself. I supported Mr. Cummings 2016. After the election, if anybody who follow me, there were times that when I withdrew all my support, I said I'm watching again to see. I said, okay, I'm watching. I will watch everybody. If nobody come out or more than Mr. Cummings, then I will decide to stay with the Cummings. But I left my option open. I left my option open. But when I knew that Mr. Cummings was there and nobody, finally I decided, I said, you know what? I see anybody who would be more than Cummings. And it's true, I have not seen nobody that better than Cummings. Everybody who talking, they either get something, they're afraid of Cummings, that's all. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about 2029. Sedition said, let Mr. Cummings give us chance, then 2029 we'll vote for him. Because they did it to Ellen Jones. Man, I beg you, man. That thing like Brent will remain stupid throughout. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to leave you now. This one, you can read it for yourself. And at the same time, there's a nice Bassa song. And I will play this song all the time. So bye for now. Have a good day. God bless you. I know. So let's listen to this song here. It's the ANC song for Mr. Cummings. When it was done by Obasa. Somebody sent it to me. I got to make sure I get the name for this guy. Listen to the wording of this song. Nice. You got to pay attention and you enjoy it. When you start to listen to it, you say, wow, this person put a very good song together.
Come on, let them say ya. Come on, let them say ya. Daddy, my business, you catching fever. Getting serious like empty river. Ain't no stopping by the river. And as we coming, we sweeping, we cutting, we moving all the way. Yeah. We coming, yeah. checking you again, Gazupo Aqua. ABC, ABC, c'est fort. We come in. We better zana be come in. They are meant to sort out. We come in. We better zana be come in. C'est come in. C'est fort. They are meant to sort. We better zana be come in. Everybody's talking about a maker, Alexander Kumia, but I came on more. Everybody's talking about a maker, Alexander Kumia. When the year is me, they checking you again, from the shore of the Blue River to the peak of the Himba Mountain. We coming, we coming, and we coming from the Piso to the shores of the Shepherds. We better than a big coming. Young guy, you're the cool man, you're big coming. We better than a big coming. From all the way, my puto to the peak, I want to kiss it. Say one, say two, say three, say four. Come here, we coming. We better than a big coming. We coming. We better than a big coming. We coming. Everybody's talking about a maker, Alexander Kumia, Papa Kimomo. Everybody's talking about a maker, Alexander Kumia. When the year is me checking you again, Gazupo Aqua. And when it comes, nobody should hold me. Everybody's celebrating as I'm dancing to my right and I'm dancing to my left. C'est one, c'est two, c'est three, c'est four. Come here. From Maserado to Nakibi, Passa to River Cess. Hey, all the way to Bone County. From Nima County to Grand Cheetah. River G, sign of Maryland and Grand Crew County. Lova came up on me and Bapo County. We coming. We better be coming. They are meant to sort out. We coming. We better be coming. C'est coming. C'est fort. They are meant to sort. We better be coming. C'est one, c'est two, c'est three, c'est four. Come here. It is gonna be come here.